Hey, what is up guys? I'm Kyle at Fortune, and today we're doing a bunch of prep on the Samurai to get it ready for our first trail run of the year. We also have some cool stuff going, so make sure you stay to the end to check that out. So there it was, the Samurai is up and running. There it is crawling into the garage. So this is the first time anyone's really seen it on video since we rebuilt that transmission, and that grinding noise is gone. So everything's running really smooth right now. We've got some fresh gear oil in there, but there are a bunch of other little things that we need to work on to get this thing ready for the trails that are happening in just a few weeks. One of the first things is repairing the steering. If you remember our Rubicon video that we posted late last year, we finished the trail, and besides all the transmission issues that we had been having, like always, we had some steering issues right at the end. Didn't really notice anything go wrong until I noticed there was a bunch of play in the wheel, but it was still turning, so I wasn't really sure what was going on. Turns out that rag joint was just shredded. A lot of work for those joints when you're out rock crawling without power steering. A lot of work for these joints too. We made it through the trail and we were able to get back to the staging area, so that's the first thing we need to work on. All right, we pulled the old stuff off, and this is what we've got. The spring was like right here, and then this crossed up, something like that, on the steering linkage, and you can see there's no rag joint. You definitely need a rag joint in here to keep this from just being metal on metal. When we were trying to turn, it was still turning, but it was only because they were smacking into each other like this. But the rag joint is basically like a rubbery corded disc that has 4 holes in it, and it just connects these two things. It's kind of like a little dampener there in the steering, but the Rubicon shredded it. It just wasn't going to happen. So this is gone, and instead of replacing it with another OEM option, we've decided to upgrade. We got the rag joint eliminator. Let's see what comes in that kit. All right, there it is. Man, this thing is way beefier than the stock version, and now it's got like a little U-joint in there. Looks like this part just goes onto the input for the steering box, and then this bolts up to the arms coming out of the steering column. So looks pretty simple. Got some new hardware. Let's throw it on. All right, you've got to take this bolt out first because you can kind of see it'll not let you slide it on the splines if that's in there. So here's a look at the new steering linkage. There is the rag eliminator kit is on there. I kind of stopped recording because it was really hard to put on. The splines and the end of this stock one just slide on and off perfectly, but because that one had some paint on it, I think it was just slightly smaller, but it was really hard to get on there, and I ended up just putting a brass hammer on the end and hitting it with the sledge gently until it finally went on there. Am I a little bit worried about the spline stripping? Yes, definitely. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Winter wheeling is a ton of fun. I love going out in the snow, but lately for me, the winter has been more of a time to build and rebuild all of the broken parts and also upgrade some components if we did have anything new for the trucks. And that's totally what we did this winter. We were just going through everything, and even though I had a battery charger on it, that old battery was just toast, so it was time to get a new one, so we popped that in there too. Speaking of electrical, one of my favorite mods to these trucks lately has been putting LED lights on both of them, not just the Colorado, but on the Samurai too. So we already had the LED lights in the bumper. We had the LED headlight upgrade, which that was a really cool one. And now we've got some LED marker lights. You've probably seen these posted around a lot in the Samurai forums and on Instagram and other YouTube channels. Yeah, the install is totally easy and it's really cool. The lights are awesome. I got these from a guy named Raul. He hooked me up and he said, yeah, just try them. You can make a video out of it if you want. So we're definitely including them in this one. Raul, thanks for getting those out to me. They look awesome. Can't wait to check them out at night when we roll them out of the garage. I'm not 100% sure if those are out in a store anywhere, but if they are, I'll put it down in the description. Otherwise, you can get a hold of them on Instagram, and I'll put that in the description as well. They've got a lot of cool stuff coming out. They're also making custom tops for the Samurai. Looks like mostly hard tops, but you could probably get some really cool custom stuff made. So check that out if you want. Thanks again, Raul, for sending those out. As far as the rest of this stuff goes, I'm really looking forward to getting all of this mess out, all this rat's nest, you know, actually putting some of this space to use. Would be nice to run another battery right here, but it's just not going to happen for now. But I'll probably get around to that a little bit later. We've got a fresh battery in here. There's some kind of small draw going on, so I'm going to have to figure that out. So let's take a look at the Samurai and talk about this upgrade that we have coming. Now, this is a very controversial subject. We see a lot of people talking about love and a hate for this specific upgrade, but for us, it is a necessity. I'm tired of messing with carburetors. I know people have a lot of luck with their Webers. I haven't had any. A lot of people love the 3K, the certified machine. There's a bunch of cool options out there. I'm just done with it. I don't want to deal with the carburetor anymore. So as you can see by these big ugly orange tanks, we're going propane. So that's going to be in a later video. I'm actually working on it right now. Got a couple snags going on, but so far it's been a pretty easy install. Guys, if you want to check out that install, or you have any questions, anything specific you're wondering about, why don't you put it in this video down there and let me know so I can cover that in the propane install video. Guys, I'm really looking forward to this upgrade. Come check it out with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. That way you can see when those videos come out. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.